Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Alex. On this channel, I used to like calling myself Alex Spurs 112 or AP112, whatever. I'm Alex. So I kind of want to start by kind of breaking it down because I'm gonna be making some. This is gonna be like a really long video, kind of explaining on what I want to do with my life, and also kind of explaining, what I want to do into the new year. First things first. I'm the realist. To start this off, I kind of want to start doing like a little podcast type of thing on my channel. I feel like I could do that, and I feel like could relate to that. And then we could just talk about a lot of things that you guys want to talk about, but there's also stuff that I really want to talk about as well. And I think I'm going through a really big change in my life, a change that I feel like is just very necessary to kind of do these type of videos. Um, to start, we're gonna start from the beginning here. I have been born into a religious family, meaning that I was born into a Roman Catholic family. My grandma and my grandfather really kind of instilled that motive into my brain of God and the saints and Jesus and dying for us and stuff like that. And obviously, as a kid, I kind of neglected it in a way. I kind of like because I was forced to do it. I always was like I don't have a care in the world for this. I really didn't have anything to do. Um, I just didn't want anything to do with it. So over time, um, obviously, like I lived my life you know, without it. I tried my best to, kind of like leave that in the behind me in a way. And obviously, I lived a life that I thought was great. I've grown up. I've gone through a lot. I thought at 18 years old that I had my life figured out. I thought that I knew what life was, and I was completely wrong. I'm 26 now, and I'm still learning. Holy schmoly, I am learning about life that I've. Trust me, man, it's a game changer. Um, you think you know everything at 18, and then you just get checked hooked by life, bro. It's really it's. I'm telling you right now, it's really crazy. But as time progressed, I've gone through, heartbreak. I've gone through, love. I've gone through losing people that I love. I've gone through death in my family and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of things that I know that, I would still learn, and I am still learning to this day. But the thing that I guess this first episode's about is I think I'm finding a calling, or I think that God is, trying to call me in a way, and I do not know if that makes sense or not. And that's why I want to put it out on the internet. I kind of want to that's why I want to do these kind of podcast type of things to just really see like what's going on, just really see like why do I think this way and stuff like that. So, like I said before, I was born into Roman Catholic. It was drilled inside my head and the day I was born. I did my first communion. Well, I did my baptism, my first communion, my confirmation. All that's left is just I got to do is marriage. So whoever's interested, no, cut it out. But yeah, so that's all that's left. When I got my first confirmation, I got this cross, and I got this pendant of Jesus Christ. A couple months ago, but this cross has always been with me, and I never took it off a day in my life. Um, so as I was going through my teenage years, was not religious at all, but it's a weird thing because in the back of my head, I knew that like I just there was something in the back of my head where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna what I'm about to do is wrong, and I'm gonna get punished for it, but I still do it anyway. You know, when I lost my virginity, when I started drinking, and when I started smoking, and when I started doing all of these things that I'm not supposed to, that goes against God, I knew that doing this is gonna be bad. Okay, I was interrupted. I got food. But going back to where, oh my god, I don't have space for my breathing. It's a podcast. It's a podcast. It's fine. Is this gonna be uncut or do I? I think I'm gonna edit this because Lord have mercy. You don't know what I'm going through. Okay. Anyway, um, so as I eat and talk, what I do want to say is that yes, growing up, I knew that the things that I was gonna do were bad. I knew that doing all those things and then the things and I continued to do it and I knew it was gonna go bad and I knew I was gonna get punished for it. I just didn't know who was gonna punish me. You kind of understand. I felt like okay, something has to be out there because there's no way in hell that, oh, sorry, but like there's no way in heck, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no way that we just came out of like nothing. There's somebody there has to be a cause that we did or that somebody did in order for us to be here where we are today, be alive and stuff like that. So that's where I was at. I was like, okay, like whoever is in charge is gonna punish me for this. But deep down in my heart, I guess it's because of what was cemented in my head growing up. I always thought it was God, and then going until I think late or early 2020, 2020 is when my faith really was tested. Um, COVID happened, and I lost a very important person in my life, who was my grandfather. I have a picture of him. I'll put him up there. But my grandfather really, really, it really hurt. He was a father figure to me and my siblings. Man, like we really grew up because of him and because of the thing and the things that he taught me were to always respect women and to always never raise her hand on a woman, never to yell at a woman. A woman makes the man, is what he told me. And, to truly, he taught me how to be a lover boy. To put it into words, he taught me how to be a lover boy. He told me that to be a man is to, really like just, never go to violence. So he taught me a lot of things. And then the one thing he did tell me was to turn to God too. You have a problem, talk to him. I used to talk to him a lot, or I used to tell him some of my problems, and sometimes he'll, now I'm understanding he was right. God knows everything, so yeah. Unfortunately, he passed away to COVID, you know, and I was really angry. It was a weird thing because I didn't cry, until later. It hit me later, but at the moment, I was like, all right, cool, he's gone. What's next? What do I have to do? What do we as a family got to do next, right? Um, yeah, funeral happened. I saw him in the casket. Nothing. I didn't cry throughout the whole funeral. So, kind of. Why it's weird talking about this now because I don't want to say that I'm over it, but like it's like I deal with it way better now than I than before. Um. So yeah. So now going back to that, I was really angry at God. I was like, what? What now? What am I supposed to do now? Um. Looking back at it now, I think it was a way for me to push myself. I was a big ass bum. you know, I wasn't working. I was trying to. I was working at UPS at the moment, but I wasn't working. I wasn't working for myself and stuff. And when we finally, I think that kind of opened my eyes of like, okay, the man of the house is gone. The person that was our leader is gone. Now all the things that he kind of all right taught me in a way while growing up of like being a man and stuff, I have to put that into action now. No more waiting. So yeah, I got a better job. I guess I started making money. I started helping a lot. Started paying rent, and I started just growing up in a sense. And I feel like because of that, I don't hate my grandfather for it, but I was like kind of like in a way like why God, like what I didn't want to grow up that fast. I mean, I was very, very old still. I was like fucking 20, but oh, I fucking, I cursed. But like, but still, like, I wanted time for myself and stuff like that. I was still going to school and stuff like that. But I was being selfish. I was being like, I was so, I hate myself for it because, like, dude, why? Like, help out, you know. But yeah, so going forward, faith really got tested, and before he passed, the night before he passed away, I woke up in the middle of the night at like around 3 or 4 in the morning. And around those times, my grandfather and my grandmother would always say like, "Yo, those are the times where the spirits comes out. Mostly the evil ones, like the demons and stuff. But I'm guessing good ones too. To always be careful and to always, like, that's why I always felt eerie to wake up at that time. And I look at the clock and I'm like, oh, I just gotta take a piss, bro. So I go to the bathroom, I pee, I come out, and I see my grandfather sitting on our dinner table, kind of like doing this and looking at me and smiling. Man, when I tell you, got scared. I was so shocked because I'm like, dude, what is going on? I go back inside the bathroom and I realize, wait, that's my grandfather. Oh my, like, I burst open I come out quick and he was gone. And that was the last thing I kind of, it was him. To me, it was him saying goodbye. I was mad at God. I was angry with him, I guess you could say. And, I was so confused. And then after that night and then, passed away, I realized that, okay, there is an afterlife. Okay. Like, he was there, came to say goodbye. He knew his time was up. So now going forward, I go and I'm like, okay, I have somebody in my life that I know that that's gonna watch over me. And what did I decide to do? I still decided to do the same bullshit. I sorry for my language, but like I was not drinking or anything, but like I just was doing horrible. Like I just wasn't myself. I was alone. I didn't have a girlfriend at the time. You know, I pandemic days were crazy. I gained a lot of weight. I hated myself. I turned to dating apps because I really just wanted to release stress, and by that, I just wanted to hook up with a lot of girls and stuff like that, and I did, and I regretted that so much. Like, trust me, dude. Like, and I did not like it. I mean, like in the moment, yeah, I was on Tinder, I was on Hinge, any dating app, I was on that thing, bro. And whatever girl that would let me, that would just be okay with, to hook up with, I would go and we would do it, and then I would block them. I would never talk to them again. I would just keep on going in this cycle, and I just started feeling empty. And I was like, dude, I was starting to hate myself. But hey, I was getting some action, whatever. Then we kind of go to the job that I'm in now, where I meet a girl, and I'm like, okay. We end up dating for 2 years, and it didn't work out. That was my karma. I fell into a very, very depressed state of heartbreak. And man, when I tell you, I feel like I could save that story for another episode, for when we talk about love. But I was very depressed at that. You know that breakup was really bad. And then, man, when I tell you, my faith got tested again. Where it's like, all right, what do you want to do here? Do you want to go back to giving your body away to somebody who's you're just gonna hook up with, or do you really want to take this time and actually heal properly? I'm talking like properly. So I decided to do that. I decided, you know what? Well, in the moment, I thought I'm never gonna love again, but I decided, you know what? I'm gonna work on myself. I'm gonna work on me, and I'm gonna work on the things that I want to do in life. What it was that is to make videos and to make content and to make this, but something was always holding me back, and it was the fear of kind of like people are gonna judge you. This is gonna happen to you. Oh my god, like you're posting this type of content, like it's stuff that and now because of this calling I have, and for this first episode, it's about faith. It's a calling of like just do it. God is by your side. You know. So now you guys are probably wondering, what is this episode really about? And it took me 9 minutes into the episode to finally tell you what we're gonna talk about. But it's about my religion, the choice that I came, and because of that breakup, and because of the path that I took this time, I chose to. I chose to do the good thing in life, to not mess around with other girls, and to not do the bad things that I was doing before. I decided to turn my life into Christ. Jesus Christ. He is King, and He has saved me. Don't get me wrong. There are days where I do little hiccups and stuff like that, but the calling that's calling to me is that I want to give my life up to God. I don't want to live a life where I regret. I don't want to live a life where, like, at least I didn't try. This is a calling, and every day I'm fighting this battle in my head where it's like, do I want to go out? Do I want to spend my money, or do I want to meet up girls and stuff, or do I just want to stay home, or or I could go out, but like, I be by myself and just like really be just closer to God. Every day I fight that. And I think today with this video is the first step of me actually taking a step forward into that being closer to God thing. So I am happy, that I'm actually taking a step here. Um. So yeah, because of that breakup, thank you for that, by the way. I got closer to God, and that I think that I did the right thing, and it's been going up, man. It's been going up, but hey, life still has its downs, and I know that God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. And right now I'm going through, everyone goes through things. Everyone's life is not meant to be perfect, and we all have to go through a lot of stuff. But I know that if I really take the time to leave the life that I'm living right now, where it's like the going out and the partying and the sex and the drugs, if I really take my time to disconnect myself from that and be like, you know what, I'm gonna put my heart and my soul into Jesus Christ, into God. It's not gonna be an easy road, I know that, but I know that if I do that, the end will be better than anything I could ever ask for, because he will deliver. I know that he's gonna, like, if I'm worthy enough, he'll look at me and be like, okay, my son, you're doing good, and I'm gonna reward you in a way that it's gonna be inexplainable, unimaginable. It's gonna be amazing. I know that. So during these podcasts, I want to have kind of talking to one-on-ones like this. Also, I want to get into a Bible thing. I want to read the Bible. I want to kind of get into the Bible and kind of be in there and like learning about it. You know what I mean? I really want to do that because I know that with him on my side, anything is possible, and I know that people could say what they want, but at the end of the day, it's just me and God and my family and people that I love. But it's just me and God. It's just me and God. So right now, I have this. Um, can you even see it? There it is. Oh, can you even see it? There it goes. The Hero Bible. This is my first Bible that and don't they listen, do not roast me in the comments. It's a Bible. I'm trying to read it. Right now I'm in the where it says the Tower of Babel. I read about the Adam and Eve. I read about the Noah's Ark. Now I'm gonna go into the Tower of Babel. So what I'm trying to say is maybe next episode, hopefully I have read the Tower of Babel, and then I have share my thoughts on it, and then we could talk about other stuff that I want to talk about. But yeah, but once I'm done with this, I want to get a real Bible. I actually want to get a real Bible. So whoever watches this and is like would like to help, leave in the comments below. What is a good Bible? Like a good beginner Bible, but that's a real Bible, not a comic book one. I mean, then again, this has pictures and it's really cool. Don't get like bro, it's oh, what's this? But look, oh my God, that's Jesus. But I also want to get into like deep scripture and like kind of learn about that too. I want to, because I know that if I get into closer with that, I know that it's just taking that first step. So, yeah, I want to read this Bible first, kind of get an idea of okay, the whole story of it, and then when I get a real Bible, I could actually like go inside of like of this kind of like set aside the pictures and stuff. Like I could actually deep dive into what God and Jesus were really trying to say. So yeah. So if you guys can help me with a nice beginner Bible, that'd be amazing. Leave in the comment below. But yeah, so that's basically it. I ranted out a lot. So to recap what we talked about today, we talked about my faith, and I think that's gonna be the title of the first episode, faith. So where I stand at today, it is December 28th, 2025. I believe that I am a Christian, or I'm not. I don't want to say I'm a Christian yet, but like I'm getting there. You know, like I'm. This video right here is the first step. You guys are seeing the first step forward. Putting this out in public. I am a Christian, and I want. I'm Christian. Yes, I'm. Yes. So I want to give my life to Christ, and I want to live a life where I know that I can make Him happy, and I just do the things that He wants me to do. And yeah, and if you guys need help, if you guys wanna, share your stories, hey, that'd be cool too. But yeah, faith is going great. It's going strong, and I cannot wait to read this, learn about it, and then when I get my real Bible to like deep to like kind of deep dive on it and like get really in there and understand what the Lord is trying to tell us. So yeah, um, I guess to wrap this up, you know, thank you for watching. If you watched this far, the first episode of the Alex, just sit down with Alex. We could call it that. Sit down with Alex. Sit down with Alex, episode one. Episode one title is called Faith. So yeah, what is your faith? That's what I want to leave off with. Where do you stand on your faith? What's your story? Do you believe or do you not believe? And maybe we could pick up on the next episode. We could pick up if you are not a believer, and if you are a believer, we could read your stories out here. It'll be great. But yes, thank you for watching my first ever. I just choked. I was doing so good. I was not even stuttering. Thank you for watching the first episode of Sit Down with Alex, episode one, Faith. And yeah, I cannot wait to see you guys on episode two. Um, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful and blessed day. God bless you guys all whoever's watching this video. And yeah, now I get to chow down on this because I just kept on ranting. Anyway, goodbye.